If you have watched Squid Game, you probably know about the games. If not, warning, there are spoilers ahead for Netflix's Squid Game. From red light, green light to the titular Squid Game, here are the games ranked in order of stress. If you enjoy watching the video, please click the bell to get all our next videos. Red light, green light. This game is the most iconic in Squid Game, both for being the first one to be played and for the sheer terror of that giant doll. Since it is the first game in the series, it is certain there will be more to come. Nonetheless, this is not an easy ride. Watching players be picked off because of their slight arm twitches is frightening. Meanwhile, the first realization that players die when they lose results in an absolute massacre of almost half the players. Plus, Abdul's save of Gi-hun is tense and heroic. Squid Game. Squid Game is the final game of the show, in which Gi-hun and Sang-woo play a brutal match. Both former friends battle each other ferociously and bloodily, with both taking the upper hand at points. It's the perfect ending to a wonderful show, but there have been more stressful moments throughout the Netflix series. Tug of War. Upon seeing Gi-hun's team, viewers were as frightened as he was when they saw the opponents. A team of pretty intimidating looking men. However, what follows is pure genius. Gi-hun gets pulled right off the edge of the platform when Il-nam coaches his team throughout the smartest way to play tug of war. Sang-woo appears to have lost all hope until he comes up with another genius idea, and the victory is finally theirs. It's a stressful game for sure, but thanks to Il-nam and Gi-hun's wit and tactics, it was one of the most enjoyable games. The Midnight Fight. Technically speaking, this isn't part of the competition's program of games, but still kind of is. In what was considered an extra game of sorts, this fight took place in the dorm room where the players were sleeping. After the lights went out, the players launched an all-out war. Some had many alliances among them. Bloody, brutal mayhem. There were nerve-wracking moments when it was unclear who had the best chance of surviving, particularly as Doksu attempted to kill Sebyok. It was made even more stressful by the fact that everything happened under a flashing strobe light that had never been seen before. DALGONA Candy. Despite less action, there is more tension. The moment Gi-hun and I both realized what the game was, we knew it would be a suspense-filled challenge as players tried to carefully remove the shape from honeycomb cookies without breaking them. Poor old Gi-hun, who was stuck with the toughest shape, an umbrella, was tortured by players jabbing at cookies with just a needle. As a result of desperate players snapping their cookie shapes, they were eliminated. Using their intelligence, Min-young and Gi-hun melt the cookie away by repeatedly licking it away as the former, and the latter uses a lighter to heat the needle. The moment Gi-hun does this, the other players are enraged and frantically lick their honeycombs in attempt to prize their shape. Ultimately, a player who lost the game took hostage a guard, making the whole scenario even more tense. The glass stepping stones. In the beginning, this game was tense. Players had to decide which running order to follow, and Gi-hun was left stranded trying to choose which to pick. Afterwards, the game began. Players had to cross a bridge made of glass stepping stones. When players step on the glass, half of it breaks, while half stays intact. As they attempted to choose which glass panel to step on, each player and each glass stepping stone piled up the suspense. In the worst case scenario, the player would fall to the ground beneath them as the glass smashes. While the deaths of both Doksu and Min-young added drama to the event, the time limit forced the last three players, Gi-hun, Sang-woo, and Sebyok, to give their decisions quickly. Marbles. Compared to the glass stepping stones, this game provided fans with more drama and spectacle, but also a lot of emotional stress. As the players picked a partner, the game got off to an edgy start. A cruel twist followed, when the players were actually competing against each other. So, formed friends, and even husbands and wives, were now in a life or death competition. What made it all too much was the game between Gi-hun and Il-nam. The old man's memory was fading, and Gi-hun was unable to play with him. The old man was eventually fooled by Gi-hun before Il-nam confessed that he knew everything the whole time. Undoubtedly tense, but emotionally draining as well. Thanks for watching, guys. What was the most stressing one to watch for you?